game 1 of this best of 3 in the T90 Community Cup. This is the Longsword Bracket. We have RoaZorro on the way. I have been enjoying the way when I have played them, and the way are in grey. Grey is not a colour you see very often, not that popular. It's almost like the AI are playing. It's a very AI colour. But yes, Raudius is playing the Dravidians, which I wasn't expecting. Very good hybrid map civ. Not necessarily a great closed map civ, although this is on palisade walls, so it's not as closed as a reader. So let's see what Raudius can do with the Dravidians. Could be men-at-arms, try to break through and play fast. That could be nice. And Wei, they surely want to boom. So it could be a classic case of boom versus aggression. And boom versus aggression, if it's pulled off well enough, aggression could, well, I'm going to predict that aggression wins. So Dravidians, barracks, men-at-arms, could be nice. Could be really nice. But Wei, of course, their bonus is they receive 1 free villager for every mill, lumber, and mining camp technology. Very strong if the game goes late, and then they want to get into Cav at some point because of that HP bonus in Castle and Imperial Age. I think that's basically the whole tactic, if I'm being honest. And then I haven't really seen them go super late with their unique techs, but soldiers passively producing food sounds pretty strong. And then mounted units get 4 melee armor, just boost their cav even further. Here we go, we're going to go mill and fish. Which can be quite nice. But easily raidable, of course, so you need to make sure you have enough military once feudal comes along to protect your, your fish villages here. Boars coming in. That's the second boar for Raudius. I think that's probably the second boar there for Zorro. He's gone for the corner wood camp, very efficient. But yeah, we're going for fishing villages here for Raudius as well. So as we boom into this game, good to see everybody. So yeah, hearing a lot of tiger noise. Actually, that's a snow leopard. But somebody is antagonizing these tigers somewhere. Not exactly sure where. Scouts meet in the middle. Now, I should talk about grey as a color choice a bit more. So, when I was a noob, and let's face it, I'm still a noob, when I was playing on the ranked ladder and I would see grey, it's a strategy, right? Because you can't see grey on the map. If you look at this mini map and you see this grey scout moving about, it's very hard to see. So I think grey should not be a color option. They should change it to something else. But I've learned to pick it up a little bit better once I've seen, once I've gotten used to this a bit more. Barracks coming down in the middle. This was spotted. Well, he saw the villagers, but he hasn't seen the foundation actually. But militia are going to come out. We have 3 on gold. We're going to have berries. We're going to have fish. So militia is the play, and I love this because you don't want Way to get any kind of early lead whatsoever. Scout brings Raudius' scout to the villagers and gets those extra hits. And now we're in feudal, and this scout is going to be chased down. These villagers come forward, and they're actually going to attack this scout. Oh. And with, yep, 1 hit point left, that scout wins. Through all of this, I thought this was the marketplace actually. No, it's a blacksmith stable. Wise. It would be very unwise to go for a fast castle in this situation. Going for the double tech to get the villagers, so that's going to be nice for the villager boost. Man at Arms coming through. Tower going up. It's going to be hard to prevent this break, and this is going to be supported by an archery range. However, that villager can actually build that house. We're going to need to see some archers, so skirmishers actually will come out. Would have liked to see some archers. We are now aware that we have to keep the villager off building that house. And house deleted. And we're through. And we're through with skirms. Skirms. I guess skirms are for the potential archer follow-up. But we haven't seen archers, we've only seen scouts. Tower's going to go up behind this. Scout's going to go down. So Men at Arms beating Scouts is interesting. But we have obviously Archer Fire to support this. And now Berries are going to be under threat. I'm going to go into the TC. This Men at Arms is going to go down. We still have 2 on stone, so we could see another tower eventually. Would be nice to see some spears come forward. No, more Men at Arms, which I think is fine. And with enough skirms, you can obviously take down scouts. And villagers going to get involved. Love it when I see villagers and aggression. Scout goes down. So this is enough skirm to actually cause some trouble for the scouts. How are we going to go down here? So this is good stuff. This is really good stuff. The scout's not taking down any kind of military. It's just trying to get rid of villages and the tower rush. But isn't going to succeed. Raudius has brought enough villagers with him to have this succeed. And this tower's going to go down before Zorro can get his response tower down. And it's going to be tower war next to the TC. Not a position you want to be in his way. So that's unfortunate for him. Yes. This is really putting the pressure on. But having scouts there is obviously going to be tilt the scales in favor of Zorro in the tower war. Tower is attacking skirms, so military numbers are down. But actually, it is Zorro's tower that's suffering right now. And we're actually gonna lure that scalp away, which is interesting. So that pressure is gone. We're still sinking a lot of resources into farms. So this is tough. Again, I would have liked to see some scouts. Synchronized death there. Who's going to win this tower battle? Because if Raudius wins this tower battle, I think it could be all over. But I think we're missing something here. You can obviously rush the tower down. You can rush this down. From both. You can definitely rush this down with both. You know, and this should be garrisoned if that happens. But it is still a stalemate. Yep, rush this down. Losing valuable time here in this battle. Could have been rushed down, but I think Zorro could have rushed this down quite a while ago with villagers. It's very close. It's very, very close. This is absolutely crazy. All the while though, this has been very beneficial for Raudius, as all pressure has been on Zorro this entire time, and we've killed a lot of scouts, I feel, which is a lot of food investment. Wei don't want to stay in feudal, they want to get to castle, they want to get into imperial, get into that mid to late game, and we're very much stuck in the mud in feudal, miles away from castle. This is the Dravidian type of game. Barracks is not even, blacksmith is not even built. Blacksmith over here though, and stable, market, bunch of buildings on the side. And not sure what Raudius will do to transition at this point, and what his plan is. But looks like he's trying to keep this in feudal actually, and keep the pressure on. Economy back home pretty average, right? Like 6 farms. It's enough to sustain what he's trying to do. However, I say sustain. Idle TC time is huge for both players. But we are going to quick castle here for Raudius. Zorro is miles away from castle. Does have a nice farming eco, that's for sure. But that's going to be tough to overcome this late castle age. Villagers go home as he knows that the scouts are on their way. It's going to need to transition into better food, which he is doing. Taking down production buildings at the moment. The dash for the walls to get the house down. Makes it in time, which is very nice. Stable goes down, that's more destroyed resources. Lots of scouts coming forward. And we have spears. Let's see what damage they can pick up here. They get a scout. That's nice. Scouts try to get in here. I feel like this is desperation from Zorro. He feels like he can only win this game if he can get damage on Raudius, maybe get into the wood line and muck it up a bit. He's going to find some gold villagers. And this isn't responded to, so could pick up a few here. Does get one. But Men-at-Arms have been strong against these scouts up until now, and this is double archer fire, double tower fire. It's got to clean up though. Cleans up a lot of army there. Castle Age is in. We're only 100 stone away from a castle, and if this castle goes up... Oh, where does the castle go? Because obviously you want to get the gold, but maybe it's here, so you've got a bit of archer fire. But pikemen comes in, villagers come forward. You know, 5 pikemen. Don't go too far back. These need to come forward. Oh. Siege workshop, okay. Has enough stone now. This obviously needs to be supported, so get your boys in here. Wait for your boys. Your boys can't do it alone. Your boys and gals. Here come the pike. They lured the scouts away from the foundation, which was very smart, and the pikemen come and clean up the horses. And there's no way that this can now be denied, and the GG is called. So that was aggression play pulled off very, very cleanly here from Raudius. Maintained a very minimal economy behind it, but it was enough, and that's the exact response you need against Wei. You cannot let them boom, and he did not let them boom. So that was awesome.